The Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 4th place in the Central Division after 61 games skated. They have a record of 34, 25, and 270 points, has them 9 points out of an automatic qualifying playoff spot, which would be 3rd in the Central, 11 points out of 1st place, and currently 7 points ahead in a wild card spot. The Nashville Predators on home ice also now have a winning record of 16, 15, and 0. They have scored 194 goals on the season. They've given up 189. They have a goal differential of +5, a positive goal differential for the first time in quite a long time. The Preds' next opponent is the Colorado Avalanche at Bridgestone Arena. We'll drill down on the matchup here in just a second, but we'll take this opportunity to update you on the entirety of the standings in the Central Division and, of course, in the wild card, which is becoming of critical importance to the discussion here for this Nashville Predators team. The Dallas Stars leading the 3-team weave in 1st place in the Central Division currently, but they have skated in 62 games, the most out of the 3 teams in the 3-team weave. The Winnipeg Jets in 2nd place have only skated in 58, so 4 games at hand for Winnipeg, who are only 2 points behind the Dallas Stars. Colorado Avalanche are also at 79 points, but they've skated in 61 games. Then you'll find the Nashville Predators, the first team in the wild card pack, on the outside of the automatic pack, and this next game is sure getting interesting because the Predators are exactly 9 points behind the Colorado Avalanche. Winning this game head-to-head would put the Predators only 7 points behind 3rd place Colorado here after this weekend. The Colorado Avalanche have a record of 37, 19, and 5. They have 79 points. On the road, their record is 14, 13, and 5. They have 226 goals, 189 against a goal differential of +37. That is just absolutely nuts. Below in the Central Division, below these 2 teams in the 3-4 matchup, which is what this head-to-head matchup will be, you'll find the 5th place St. Louis Blues with 63 points. Currently on the outside of the wild card looking in, the Minnesota Wild in the same situation with 62 points. The Arizona Coyotes falling off of a cliff with 51 points, and the Chicago Blackhawks are already out of it with 35 points. They've been out of it since, they dropped the puck on the season in the wild card race, and this is getting fascinating quick. The LA Kings still hold wild card 1, 70 points. The Nashville Predators also at 70 points hold wild card 2 due to tiebreakers, and it is games played is the tiebreaker. Preds have played 2 more than LA at this point. On the outside looking in, Calgary, now the first team, St. Louis, the second team, both at 63 points. A 7-point cushion has opened up for the LA Kings and the Nashville Predators over the wild card race. Now, things are, of course, going to tighten up here and probably very soon, but it's pretty amazing to look at this moment in time and see that the Predators have a 7-point cushion on a playoff spot after 61 games played this season. All right, that's got you updated on the standings from the Central and, of course, the wild card. Now, let's talk about the Nashville Predators, then let's talk about the Colorado Avalanche, then let's talk about the Nashville Predators and the Colorado Avalanche. The Nashville Predators, after this game against the Avs, will face off against the Montreal Canadiens on Tuesday night on home ice. That'll be closing out the regular season series against the Canadiens. Thursday versus the Buffalo Sabres. Saturday at Columbus, the first meeting of the season between the Nashville Predators and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Sunday in Minnesota. So Columbus, Minnesota, back-to-back Saturday and Sunday. And on the 13th of March in Winnipeg. That's going to be another very, very big Central Division game. Now, these 2 teams have come together one time already this year, and they will meet one time after this. So this is the hinge game of the regular season series between the Nashville Predators and the Colorado Avalanche. They met back on November the 20th. It was the Predators scoring the 4-3 victory on home ice. UC Saros went to 26 out of 29, picked up victory. Philip Forsberg picked up 2 goals. Trennan and Luzon scored the other goals for the Nashville Predators. Georgiev in net for the Colorado Avalanche went 26 out of 30 and took the loss. It was Taves, Cogliano, and Nichushkin scoring goals for the Colorado Avalanche. These 2 teams will meet again on March the 30th. It will be the Predators' only trip of the season out to Denver, Colorado, at least during the regular season. There is a possibility these 2 teams could meet for a best-of-7 somewhere down the road, depending on where the Preds would finish, who would be the wild card, which bracket they would cross over to. These last 20 games are going to be so damn fascinating to cover. The Colorado Avalanche on the other side of the ledger, I already gave you their overall record, 37, 19, and 5, 226 goals one season, 189 against, plus 37 in their most recent 5 stretch of action. On the February the 20th, 3-1 win versus the Vancouver Canucks. On the 22nd of February, 2-1 overtime loss at the Detroit Red Wings. On the 24th of February, 4-3 loss versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. On the 27th of February, 5 5-1 win versus the Dallas Stars, and most recently on the 29th of February, a 5-0 win at Chicago. And it was the backup goaltender getting the shutout in that one, so Georgiev getting the rest, expected to get the start in this next game at Bridgestone Arena. Now, when we take a look at the matchup, the numbers, and the rankings between these two teams, a whole lot of impressive statistics for this Colorado Avalanche team. As a matter of fact, 4 of the 6 major statistical topics that we talk about in this particular block are all top 10 metrics, and one of them is the overall best for this Colorado Avalanche, just setting you up for what this matchup is going to look like. Goals for 3.67 per game for Colorado is the best overall in the NHL. Again, 226 total goals on the season in just 61 games. The Nashville Predators, 3.15 goals per game is a respectable number. It's 15th in the league. It's just below the middle part of the league. In goals against, now listen, the Avs score a lot, but they do give up some. 3.08 per game is 16th in the NHL, right there in the middle of the pack, while the Nashville Predators are giving up 3.10 per game. That is 17th overall in the NHL. In the shots on goal category, it is the Colorado Avalanche with 32 on net per game. That's 9th best in the NHL. And 31.1 for the Nashville Predators is 13th. In the shots against category, Predators giving up 30.4 per game is 19th. Colorado only giving up 29.4 per game. That is 7th best in the NHL. When it comes to special teams, it is not going to be a surprise when you hear the following statement. The Colorado Avalanche have the better special teams units in both of these statistical metrics. The power play for the Nashville Predators, though, converting at 19.1%, that's 21st in the league. 40 scores on 210 opportunities. The Colorado Avalanche power play, 24.1%. That is good. 7th overall in the NHL. 52 conversions out of 216 opportunities. Staying on the Colorado Avalanche side of things, their penalty kill is their lowest rated metric, the only one of 2 outside of the top 10. 81.1% is their kill rate, 11th best in the NHL. Oh yeah, they're so far outside the top 10. 38 power play goals against the season. Nashville Predators, 76% kill rate, 26th in the league. 46 power play goals against. Listen, every team has incredibly high skilled individuals, so we always like to go down the top 5 scorers before we talk about a potential goaltending matchup. But this is just gets ridiculous every time. The Colorado Avalanche, I understand what everyone's opinion is about the Edmonton Oilers and about McDavid and Draisaitl and how they're the most dominating duo in the NHL. But I have got to tell you, when the Nashville Predators face off against the Colorado Avalanche and McKinnon and Rantanen are out there on the ice and they're both healthy, that is the duo that I actually fear more than the Edmonton Oilers. That has not always been the most popular opinion of mine on the internet, as people like to argue and joust just about everything. But Nathan McKinnon for the Colorado Avalanche, 36 goals, 64 assists, 100 points on the season right now. Philip Forsberg, leading the Nashville Predators, is 39 points behind McKinnon. Rantanen, 31 goals and 46 assists for 77 points. Makar, 13 and 51 for 64. The 3 top scorers for the Colorado Avalanche would be ahead of Philip Forsberg, but they would be ahead of so many teams across the board if you talk about it. They have such an incredible offense. Nichushkin's got 22 goals and 20 assists for 42 points. Taves at 11 and 23 for 34. Again, McKinnon at 100 points already this season. Philip Forsberg for the Nashville Predators closes out Phil Brewery with 29 goals now on the board, 32 assists. Still has a reasonable shot at 40 goals this season. 61 points on the season, maintaining his point per game pace. The captain, Roman Josi, has reached 60 points. His breakdown is 15 goals and 45 assists. Back-to-back 3-point games has Roman Josi climbing quickly towards the scoring lead for this Nashville Predators team. Gus Nyquist is up over 50 points now, 16 goals and 35 assists for 51 points. Takes 3rd overall on the team in scoring. Ryan O'Reilly drops to 4th on the team in scoring, 21 goals, 29 assists for 50 points. And Tommy Novak in 5th on the team in scoring, 12 goals, 20 assists for 32 points. Anticipated goaltender matchup, and this is a saucy one. UC Saros, 25, 21, and 2, and 907 save percentage, 2.86 goals against, average 2 shutouts on the season. Unbelievably hot as of late. We'll talk about that more throughout the show. Georgiev for the Colorado Avalanche, a incredible record, 31, 14, and 3, a 900 save percentage, 2.88 goals against, average also 2 shutouts on the season. These two goaltenders met back on November the 20th at Bridgestone Arena. It was UC Soros picking up the victory in that one, giving up 3 goals. Georgiev gave up 4. The Preds won 4-3. Forsberg was the dominant force in that game with 2 goals for the Nashville Predators. That's got you all set up for this big-time Central Division matchup. Again, the Nashville Predators on a 7-game winning streak could really make things start to look very interesting with another win in the Central Division against Colorado Avalanche on Saturday. Make note of the special start time, not the traditional 7, 5 o'clock local start time. So make sure you make a note of that. Also, make a note of this. The Reverse Sports full game recap is coming up next on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hockey